Hello, guys. We are recording here. Welcome to my first class in an expanded series on distribution. This is Distribution 101, Best Practices for Indie Authors Who Are Trying to Broaden Their Reach. So, before I start the course, I would just kind of like to go over a little bit about who I am and my intention behind creating this course. My name is Joshua Schmude. I am an indie author myself. I've written and published a couple books. One is Reverse Speech in Theory and Practice: How to Use Your Unconscious Mind to Predict the Outcome of Future Events. The other book is 40 Ways to Making Cash in 30 Days. And I published both of those back in 2014. I'm also the founder of Lionheart Publishing. Basically, I created Lionheart Publishing with the goal in mind to really put indie authors first, and offer them all the services they need in a bundle. So that way you're not having to go to different freelance sites like Fiverr and get a little bit here, a little bit there. You get it all in one place. You get your cover design, you get your distribution, you get your copywriting, you get your marketing, all of that. And I think that's going to be really convenient for the indie authors of the future. And I created it really out of a need to want to see something like that for myself. Having had to handle everything for my two books as far as the distribution, the copyright, the cover design goes, I've learned a lot as far as how the publishing industry works in general and how essential distribution is in that overall scheme. So, let's say you're an indie author and you've already written your book. You know you can get it on Amazon, but what are your strategies for getting it everywhere else? And these are really serious questions you're going to have to ask yourself. Now, a lot of authors that I've worked with, they don't want to deal with this headache, and I certainly understand why. They just want to kind of focus on owning their own craft, and I totally, it's very reasonable. It's a lot of work writing a book. It takes a lot of time, especially if you're working full time. So I understand wanting to be able to contract this out and have it done for you. And at Lionheart Publishing, we do offer expanded distribution. So not only do we distribute to the partners that I'm about to mention here, we also distribute to a whole lot more. So we use distributors that are not really well known in America, but they're very well known in other parts of the world. So we're going to go ahead and get into the class, at least the introduction. And what I'm going to do first is we're going to go over the four key points that you're going to learn from this course. So number one, by the end of this course, you're going to have a good general understanding of product distribution. Product distribution is a big thing for an entrepreneur. If you have developed a product or a service and you want to see that product sold at retail outlets like Walmart or Target or Myers or Best Buy, then you need to know distribution and you need to know about distributors and aggregators, because the principles that I'm teaching you here, you can apply to anything else as far as the business world goes when you're trying to reach retailers with your product. So having a general understanding of this process is going to, at least I hope, is going to benefit you greatly in your entrepreneurial career. The second thing that you're going to be able to do by the end of this course is you're going to know some of the best American distributors for distributing your book. A lot of these distributors are pretty well known to authors that have been publishing for a while, but they might not be well known to the younger indie author. So having an understanding of what some of the top American distributors, who they are, and how to use them is going to really catapult your writing career and make sure that your book is available everywhere. Barnes and Noble, Kobo, Scribd. There's a lot of retailers out there in America, but it'll be available at all of the top online retailers, and that's a big deal. We're also going to know how to upload and prep our manuscript for distribution. So when you upload your Word document or EPUB document to a distributor, they have specific formatting requirements that you have to meet. If you don't meet these formatting requirements, what will happen is they're going to deny your book. So it's going to be wise for you to have a basic understanding of how to format a Word document if you're going to do this yourself. So that way it looks good on e-reading devices, because how it looks in Word is not exactly how it's going to look on a Kindle Fire or on a Nook. So it's really, really important to think about that before you upload your manuscript, because you're putting your name on it and you don't want a bunch of formatting errors in it to look like, it was uploaded by, a kindergartner or something. You want to make sure you have all your T's crossed and your I's dotted, as they say. Lastly, you're going to understand royalty splits and distribution fees. So a lot of distributors are going to charge anywhere from 10 to 20% of the retail price for their fee. So every book you sell, 20%, 10%, 15%, depending on the distributor, is going to go to the distributor. The rest will go to you. And it's the distributor who pays you. So when you upload your book to these distributors, you're also going to have to upload your checking account or PayPal information, so that way they can pay you. And most distributors pay you within a month of the sales. Other distributors might be a little longer. So, you do have to wait a little bit on your money, but forces you to save it. So we'll go ahead and jump right in and get into what is distribution. In the next lecture, we'll go over what distribution deals with, the required numbers, and the distributors and aggregators in the publishing industry that you're going to need to know about, at least what the difference is between these two terms.